So I need to get better at boss fights. Because last time I got close to dying, and if I get close to dying, that means I'm not trying hard enough. And that means I need to change my skill tree. And the area I've been putting points into only helps with killing enemies, not bosses. Which means I need to reset my skill points. And then put all those points into this skill tree right here, which helps me stay alive and do much more damage. So I'm going to put 3 points into this skill right here, which increases my magazine size by 25%. And then I'm going to put 1 point into here, which increases my damage while I have skills active. A cool thing is that I found my first legendary weapon. You can tell by the color it emits. And the cool thing about this weapon is that it shoots with tons of damage, and when you need to reload, it shoots out these little things that chase enemies and explode. Yeah, I'm gonna like this weapon. So I got extremely lucky, and all these backpacks dropped me plenty of legendaries. So my legendaries that I got, well, that I chose to use, were the Infinity Pistol and this pistol shotgun. So the Infinity Pistol, you can shoot infinite bullets in this pattern without consuming any ammo, which is pretty good. And this pistol shotgun can shoot in a shotgun way and shoot extremely fast, meaning I can do a ton of damage output, especially to bosses. But in the skill tree, you have to spend 5 points in the rows that you unlocked to unlock the next row. So to move on and down the skill tree, I need to keep on earning 5 points and spending them to get more and more overpowered. And I found this pretty interesting gun, which I think can do a lot of damage, because first of all, it shoots missiles. And second of all, it can wind up to shoot missiles really fast. Yeah, I can do a lot of damage with this weapon. So we actually found our first new enemy. Now this enemy has shields and has weapons that he can shoot at me with. So that means that they are harder enemies and now I have to deal with them. And finally, it is time for a boss fight. So this boss right here has little drones that he can send out to me to try to kill me. And what I can do is I can place down my little fighter for me, then place down a shield to amplify the damage, and then shoot with him with my really fast firing weapon. And look at the health go down. Yeah, this guy is gonna die really quickly with no problem at all. And now he is dead. And I got a legendary SMG, which I cannot use yet. Sadly, this weapon is too high of a level for me to use, so I cannot use it. And the cool thing is I got my first class mod. So what these mods do is they get to replace skill points for me. So I did not have to use skill points to get some skills that I want to use. So I leveled up a few times and I spent my skill points on these skills right here. So now my clone can actually throw grenades, and I also get a little bit of health regeneration for killing an enemy. And I also have a chance to shoot a grenade when I shoot my first shot of the clip. And this is helpful because my gun right here, I reload really often, so I'm shooting the first bullet a lot, which allows me to shoot mini grenades. But either way, it's time for another boss fight. So this boss right here is actually really tanky. It can take a lot of damage and still live. So I'm going to see what my skills can do. So I'm just going to place down my clone and my amplifying shield and then shoot at him. Yeah, I'm still doing a bit of damage, but it's not as much as I hope it to be. Well, I'm just going to have to kill him anyway. So it turns out that his shield was the only tanky part about him. His health bar isn't that strong, so I'll be able to kill him much quicker. But finally he is dead now, and I got a legendary shotgun, which I can still not use. And I managed to level up enough to use this weapon right here. So what this weapon does is it shoots corrosive bullets, and when you need to reload, it actually spawns this little guy right here. Now this guy, I do not know what it does yet, because there are no enemies, but I think I'll find out soon. So I found an enemy right now. So what I can do is I can just shoot one bullet and reload, and this guy actually shoots at the enemies. And it shoots a certain amount of bullets, and when it runs out, it runs up to it, and it explodes. So that means I can make even more things do work for me. And this weapon right here actually does corrosive damage, which means it does more damage against armor. So, corrosive does more against armor, incendiary does more damage against flesh, and shock does more damage against shields, which means I can do even more damage. But the only bad thing about elemental weapons is that if you try to fight something that does elemental damage, it won't do as much damage. So I'll have to switch to another weapon to do damage for the time being. For some reason, and I do not know why, this guy right here is upside down. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm gonna put him out of his misery. So I actually managed to get a pretty powerful loadout. I have a corrosive weapon to do more damage against armor, a shock weapon to do more against shields, and a fire weapon to do more against regular health. Meaning I can do double damage to all kinds of health. And it is time for another boss fight. So what this boss right here does is he has a lot of armor and a lot of shields. So what I can do to start off with is deploy my little friend and get my shield, which amplifies damage. And then I can switch to my corrosive weapon to take out his armor. Yeah, I can do a ton of damage with this weapon. This will be a pretty quick fight. And once I break his armor, I can switch to my electric weapon and do even more damage. Yeah, this is going extremely quickly. And finally, he is dead. I actually got a legendary shotgun. And wow, what a surprise. I cannot use it because I'm too low of a level. But I'm pretty sure I'll level up a lot more next time.